NBA free agency, blockbuster moves and financial maneuvers this summer. This summer, the free agency market is sure to be just as exciting. Some veterans might even become free agents if they activate their player options. The challenge is that contract extensions and salary growth are skyrocketing like Formula One cars, while team cap space is moving at moped speed, leaving only a few teams with ample cash. Still, there's hope for some golden contracts, like last summer. The Detroit Pistons signed Malik Beasley for just $6 million a year, immediately getting the sixth Man of the Year runner-up who played a big part in bringing the team back to the playoffs. Right after Beasley in this race is Jerome from the Cavaliers. His salary, almost at the minimum, then exploded, helping the Cavaliers soar straight to the top of the Eastern Conference standings. So, who are the most notable names in this summer's free agency market, and who is preparing to move house when their contract expires? LeBron James. Player option. A player option will give both LeBron and the Lakers financial flexibility this summer. Last season, he agreed to a slightly lower than max salary to help the Lakers avoid hitting the second apron of the luxury tax. This year, if James declines his $52.6 million player option, he could renegotiate for a higher salary that pleases both sides. But if he takes another pay cut for the greater good, the Lakers will have a chance to use the mid-level exception of $14 million to acquire a big man for their starting lineup. James Harden. Player option. Harden also signed a 1+1 deal last summer with a player option for the second year. Now he can trigger a pay raise after generously accepting a below-max deal. His current player option is worth $36.3 million. However, at 35, the Beard might strategically decline the option to sign a longer-term contract. The starting salary might be a bit lower, but it would secure his income past his prime. Unless he gets upset that the Clippers aren't true championship contenders, then tough luck. Kyrie Irving. Player option, just when it seemed the Wizard was about to convert his $43 million player option into a brand new long-term deal, he suffered an AC joint injury. This makes Kyrie Irving's near future more unpredictable, as he'll likely be sidelined for most of next season. It's highly probable that Kyrie will pick up this option and wait to recover before renegotiating. Julius Randle. Player option. Randle is currently nearing the end of the contract he signed with the New York Knicks in 2021. With a player option worth $29.5 million, the Minnesota Timberwolves and Randle have several ways to approach the situation. One is to decline the option, to sign a long-term free agent deal. Another is to keep the option but add a new extension. This move would give the Wolves more cap flexibility, especially since they also have to deal with contracts for two other free agents. Fred VanVleet. Team option. Unlike the players above who control their own destiny, VanVleet's fate lies in the hands of the Houston Rockets. His 3-year max contract has a team option clause, but given how well he's played, he'll likely be kept. However, the luxury tax remains an issue, so Houston might want to convert this $44.9 million option into a longer-term deal with a lower starting salary. Miles Turner. Unrestricted free agent. Turner has never made an all-star team, but he's still a quality player at the peak of his performance. He's an incredibly hot free agent on the market. The Pacers are near the luxury tax line with 12 players already signed, and it's clear Turner won't settle for a modest salary like his $19.9 million last season. Almost any team in need of a center would love Turner. If the Pacers can't retain him, he could be involved in a sign and trade to the Warriors or Lakers. Josh Giddey, restricted free agent. After the Bulls traded Zach LaVine to a new team, Giddey suddenly seemed to be inspired by Luka Doncic. After the All-Star break, he exploded onto the scene, averaging 21.2 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 9.3 assists per game, with 50% field goal percentage and 46% from beyond the arc. Born in 2002, Giddey still has plenty of time to develop and truly shine in the playoffs. With few teams having cap space, the Bulls have a significant advantage in negotiations, but the question is whether they intend to keep him. Quentin Grimes, restricted free agent. Like Giddey, Grimes also transformed after key players got injured. In 28 games for the Sixers, Grimes averaged 21.9 points with a true shooting percentage of 59.2%, plus 4.5 assists and 5.2 rebounds per game. However, their luck in the draft lottery with the third pick brought additional financial pain. Philadelphia is nearing the second apron, so keeping Grimes won't be simple. If he leaves, the Rockets could be an ideal destination for Grimes, or he'll easily find a home at the mid-level exception for non-tax-paying teams or through a sign and trade. Jonathan Kuminga, restricted free agent at 22. Kuminga still has ample potential for steady and rapid development. This is perhaps more likely if he leaves the Warriors. Since Kuminga's role at Chase Center was never truly defined, the Warriors could definitely consider a sign-and-trade scenario to balance their roster. The Brooklyn Nets remain a prime candidate. If the Nets are willing to build their offense around Kuminga, this could be a breakthrough move. Additionally, the Bulls could send Nikola Vucevic to the Warriors and give Kuminga a main scorer role similar to what DeRozan once had. Keon Ellis, team option. Averaging 8.3 points might sound impressive, but Ellis is considered a real bargain by statisticians. Thanks to a rare combination of accurate three-point shooting, 43% on nearly 6 attempts per 36 minutes, and extremely high stock numbers, 2.2 steals plus 1.2 blocks per 36 minutes, the Kings hold a cheap team option for Ellis at just $2.3 million. The difficulty is that if they keep this option, they'll lose the right to retain Ellis in 2026 when he becomes an unrestricted free agent. Whereas, if they decline the option to make him a free agent, they'll have full control of the situation. Dorian Finney-Smith, player option. After joining the Lakers in December, Finney-Smith mostly came off the bench, but still averaged over 29 minutes per game. By the playoffs, he was almost always on the court. The Lakers don't want to lose such a valuable piece. The ideal scenario is for Finney-Smith to decline his $15.4 million player option and then sign a new longer-term contract with a lower starting salary. Brook Lopez, unrestricted free agent. If the Bucks decide to part ways to clear cap space or rejuvenate their roster, Lopez certainly won't be unemployed for long. The mid-level exception is still there, and many teams are in need of a center who can protect the paint and space the floor like him. If the Pelicans are serious about their win-now plan and want to protect Zion, Lopez is a sensible choice. And if the Warriors are interested, this is also a move worth considering. Chris Paul, unrestricted free agent at 39, CP3 is still one of only 6 players in the entire NBA to play all 82 games this season. Though he only averaged a career-low 8.8 points, CP3 still ranks in the top 18% of players most efficient in pick-and-roll situations. However, the Spurs own the second pick in the draft and could select Dion Harper, a ball-handling guard. If he leaves, CP3 could go to a contender lacking a connector or a young team needing a veteran presence. Al Horford, unrestricted free agent. Al Horford is about to turn 39 and is as durable as CP3. This season, he averaged 27.7 minutes in the regular season and increased to 31.6 minutes per game in the playoffs, despite the Celtics always rotating meticulously to rest key players. Keeping him is still an option, but the question is whether he wants to retire or not.